𝓤𝓾𝓷𝓲𝓼 and good morning, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. It is a very, very happy morning, a very auspicious Sunday morning that we can all come together to Setia Alam Sambodhi Buddhist Society to do the sharing and the puja this morning. As you can see, the image behind us is the image from Sambodhi Buddhist Society. It's a very beautiful image, and they are also in the process of trying to set up a new center. So for those of you who are happy to contribute, you may contact the committee in Sambodhi Buddhist Society. All right, now we shall begin the Sunday Pūjā by, as usual, the offerings to the Buddha. We shall have Sister 𝓢𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪𝓂, who is only 11 years old, from Sambodhi Buddhist Society to do the reading on the offerings. Let us put our palms together. Right. Offering of lights.
May we offer these candles burning brightly out of deep respect and veneration to our enlightened Master, the Buddha. May these lights symbolically guide us to the light of the Dhamma, which dispels the darkness of greed with the light of generosity, the gloominess of hatred with the light of love, and the darkness of ignorance with the light of wisdom through the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
Offering of joss sticks and incense.
May we offer these joss sticks and incense out of deep respect and veneration to our blessed teacher, the Buddha. May our good deeds be like the fragrance of these joss sticks, cultivating compassion, patience, tolerance, understanding, and love towards all living beings.
Offering of water.
May this water that we place on the altar symbolize our aspiration to cultivate the virtues of calmness, clarity, and purity. Let it remind us to diligently cleanse ourselves of our spiritual defilements and delusion through the cultivation of generosity, compassion, and wisdom.
Offering of flowers.
These flowers too, we offer out of deep respect and gratitude to our compassionate teacher, the Buddha. These flowers, sweet, beautiful, and choice, are clustered at the feet of our noble teacher. Beautiful as they are now, they will soon, with passing of time, wilt and fade and be cast away, reflecting thus on this very nature of unsatisfactoriness, impermanence, and soullessness. Let us tread the path shown by the Buddha for the eradication of sufferings here and now.
Thank you, Sister 𝓢𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪. Now let us begin the Sunday Pūjā by first saying sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sangam Saranam Gacchami Dutiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami Dutiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami Dutiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami Tatiyampi Buddham Saranam Gacchami Tatiyampi Dhammam Saranam Gacchami Tatiyampi Sangham Saranam Gacchami Anipata Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Adinādana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Kāmesu Miccācāra Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Musāvādam Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Suramera Pamagatana Veramani Sikkhapadam Samadhiyami Itipiso Bhagavata Samma Sambuddho Vidyacharana Sampano Sugato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Satta Deva Manusanam Buddho Bhagavati Swarato Bhagavata Namo Sanditiko Akaniko Ekipasiko Panaiko Panchatam Veditapo Vinyui Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Unyupatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Nyāyamatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Samīṭṭipatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Yadidam Cattari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Uttara Yesa Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakhineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttara Punya Ketam Lokasani Vandami Cetiyam Sapang Sapatane Supatikitam Saririka Dhatu Mahabodhim Buddha Lupang Sakalang Sadha Yasamule Sinno Vasa Bari Vijayam Akha Pato Sapanyutam Sattavan Vetam Bodhi Bodhipadapam Imete Mahabodhi Lohkanatena Pujita Aham Pite Namasami Bodhi Raja Namatute Ganasarapaditena Dipena Tamadamsina 𝓤𝓷𝓲𝓼𝓸𝓷 Sambodhi Pujayami Tamodudam Kanda Sambara Yudena Dupena Hamsukantina Pujae Pujaniyantam Puja Bhajana Uttamam Adivase Tuno Bante Paniyam Paritapitang Anukampang Upadaya Patikan Atubuttamang Adivase Tuno Bante Pujanam Paritapitang Anukampang Upadaya Patikan Atubuttamang Adivase Tuno Bante Kilana Pacayang Imam Anukampang Upadaya Patikan Atubuttamang Vanda Guno Betang Etang Kusuma Santati Pujayami Munindasa Siripada Sarorue Pujemi Buddhang Kusumena Nena Punyena Medena Cahotu Mokkang Pupang Nilayati Yata Idam Pekayo Tatayati Vinasa Bhavang Akasatta Cavumata Devanaga Mahindika Punyam Tang Anumoditva Cirang Rakhantu Loka Sasana Akasatta Cavumata Devanaga Mahindika Punyam Tang Anumoditva Cirang Rakhantu Desanam Akasatta Cavumata Devanaga Mahindika Punyam Tang Anumoditva Cirang Rakhantu Mangvara Devo Vasantu Kalena Sasa Sampati Hetuja Ito Bhavatu Lokoja Raja Bhavatu Dhammiko Idam Lenyaliyam Hotu Visatahon Nyatayo Idam Lenyaliyam Hotu Sukitahon Nyatayo Idam Lenyaliyam Hotu Sukitahon Nyatayo Kaya samagamo hotu yapa nibbana patiya kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katam Acayang kamami bante puripanya tata kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katam acayang kamami dhamma santitika akalika kayena vaca cittena pamadena maya katam acayang kamami sangga supatipanna anuttara. We shall now chant the Karaniya Metta Sutta. Karaniya Matta Usalena Yantam Santam Adam Abhisameja Sangko Ujuja Sujuja Suvajo Jasa Muduanamani Santo Sakoja Subaloja Apakijoja Salnahukabunti Sandindriyoja Nipakoja Apagampo Kulesu Ananudibyo Najarandam Samajare Kinchiyena Vidyo Hare Upaleliyo Sukino Vakemino Hontu Sabbe Satta Bhavantu Sukhitata Yeke Jimana Bhutati Tasawa Rama Anavasesa Nigamame Mahandama Bhajimarasakanukatula Ditama Yeva Attika Ye Jadure Vasanti Apidure Bhunava Sambhave Siva Sabbe Satta Bhavantu Sukhitata Naro Paramiko Veda Naki Manyeta Kanca Jinang Kanci Biaro Sana Patika Sanya Nayamanya Sadukha Micceya Matrayata Niyam Putta Ayusa Eka Putta Manurake Yami Sabba Bhutesu Manasam Bhavaye Aparimana Metam jasabadorasmi manasam bhavaye aparimana Udam adocca tiriyanca asambadam aperam asavattam Dittam charam visinno sayano tassa vigatamito etam satin adikteya brahmameta vihara idamahu Diticca anupakamba silawada Vasanena sampanno Kamesu Vinayakena Nahi Jatu Kapaseyam Punareti Javajena Sontile Hotu Sapada Etela Satchavajena Sontile Hotu Sapada Etela Satchavajena Sontile Hotu Sapada Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, again, my apologies. We have got a little bit of, we have to make some arrangements because we are now live in situ at Sambodhi Buddhist Center. Okay, the last time I met you all, we were talking about the auspicious day. That was near the Chinese New Year. So we all focused on house cleaning and spring cleaning kind of thing. So the idea was, actually, I briefly will cover what I have actually mentioned earlier. What we said was, in the midst of our cleaning, our spring cleaning for Chinese New Year, many things of no use to us we kept in the house, so we throw once a year, we throw away. And I'm most guilty about it is the mooncake festival, the boxes. They look very nice, you know. So every year we buy mooncake, we throw the boxes. Yeah, very sayang. So we keep, we are guilty of that. So when New Year comes and then we check, oh, we have got so many of these boxes there, then we throw them away, but they have no use to us. So I always ask them to reflect on this. What we throw away are things that are no use to us, things that are useless to us. What does that mean? We must also clean a bit of our mind, because in our mind there are a lot of things that are not useful for us also sometimes. Correct? The greed that's inside us, maybe the anger that's inside us, the vengeance that we feel that is inside us. So these things we should learn to discard also, but these are useless things also. It doesn't help us. So as we throw our things, we must remember we must also discard those things that in our mind. Those bad things are in our mind that are of no use to us. These are only actually to be angry with somebody. Sometimes yes, we keep it in the heart. We are angry with somebody. But I think good enough. For New Year, I think let us let go everything and let's forgive and forget. So that was what we advise normally. When we do our spring cleaning, we reflect on this. And then I said that I will continue with the auspicious day. And today or this morning, I will continue with the auspicious day. There was earlier, the introduction was more or less, we clean ourselves, we clean our mind, we clean our thoughts. And then, how do we celebrate? Of course, in every auspicious day, we've got a grand celebration. Even the time of the Buddha, they had that also, See, when one lady Visakha was going to visit the Buddha, then there are 500 other friends of hers wants to go together. They say, don't go, we're going mabuk better, we can enjoy ourselves. But she said, no. Wasting time, you go and drink and just mabuk yourself, celebrative, festive. She said, I better go and see the Buddha, offer dana to the Buddha. So they say, okay, we come along also, but they mabuk already, all of them are all drunk already. Because they enjoyed themselves very much, all the ladies. So they went to the Buddha, So when they went to the Buddha, what happened was they were all drunk. They were not behaving themselves. They were dancing in front of the Buddha, not behaving themselves. So then the Buddha advised, That's when the Buddha told them the story, that this kind of mabukness is not only this period. Even long before, in his previous life, it happens also. And even today, it happens also. People still get mabuk. Although you teach them, they still break the 5 precepts. People still want to go and enjoy themselves. So the Buddha says, not only this time, the Buddha says, even before his time. What happened was, the start of it was because they say there's a tree that has got a hollow trunk. I just briefly tell you, I'm not going to repeat because maybe there are a lot of listeners who are following me again. So what they say, there's a tree with a hollow trunk, and then they got a bit of plum fruits nearby, you know, so they fall. When they ripen, they fall into the trunk, and then the ferment there, it gets rotten and ferment, and then when it rains and water get caught there. And then the parrots will go and eat a bit of rice somewhere. The parrots will pluck rice around and eating rice. Then the rice will fall into the trunk also. So they ferment. Ferment become actually liquor. Correct? So that's how liquor was formed. So when the birds go and drink the liquor, and then the birds will pingsan for a while. Mabuk already, they pingsan for a while, then they wake up and they fly away. So this hunter was there quickly. Very briefly, I'm not going to detail, sorry. So there was a hunter there who observed that these birds all mabuk and then they fall down. So he tell that this is not a poison, must be a very good drink. He tasted some and he also got mabuk. Wow, very nice feeling he had. So he capitalized on it, and then he went to the village and sold this kind of liquor to them. And then the king also, wow, all enjoyed the drinks and all got mabuk. And then the whole town collapsed because everybody was so involved with drinking and all that. So economic activities were less, so it all collapsed. The town collapsed. And then they invested, they went to another village, still they sold the same thing. People also drink and get drunk. They're so happy with drinking and get drunk. Economic activities again not done, collapse again. They went to village after village until they came to a village called Sambodhi. Then there was a king there. He also promoted this to him. The king was also very eager. The king said, okay, put your barrels out there. Tomorrow we will drink. So the king was also very happy. All wants to try, but they say, well, this is a very good drink. So the king put there, and then they're afraid that the mice might come at night and then go and drink, They're afraid the mice will come at night and then dirty the drink. So they put the cats there. They tie 2 cats there. Then suddenly they realized, the guards realized that the cats all pingsan, The cats they thought the cats died, you see. Oh, the cats also mabuk, you see, all the overflow, the cats drank also, the cats also pingsan. High. So they told the king, hey, this is poison, Both the cats died, you see. So the guards got it wrongly, told the king that the cats died. So this man is selling poison to us, So the king got very angry, arrested that 2 fellows there, executed them. After executing them, this was the Buddha story, Jataka story. After executing them, the cats woke up again and went away. But temporary only, days, mabuk, intoxicated. You see? So the cats got up and then they panicked. They made a mistake. So the king realized that he made a mistake. Actually, it wasn't poison. So the king was very happy. He said, okay, tomorrow let's build a pavilion, let's have this thing there, and let's enjoy ourselves. So the king said, oh, it's not poison, let us enjoy ourselves. What the 2 men told us, that I executed the man earlier. I think it is true. Must be a very nice drink, is it? So let us build a pavilion, let's go and enjoy ourselves. It's not poison. So, okay. Then they build a pavilion. Then 𝓿𝓼𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪, 𝓿𝓼𝓾𝓷𝓿 is Tigong. So he's occasionally will survey the world and see what is happening. He's very concerned for us actually. So that's why we buy Tigong on the 9th day of Chinese New Year. 𝓿𝓼𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪 is a great supporter of the Buddha actually. Okay, so he surveyed and then found that this town called Sambodhi is going to suffer the same fate as the other towns. They drank and then they got mabuk and then they forgot to do work. They forgot all the economic activities and then the whole town will collapse. So he said, I better go and help them. So 𝓿𝓼𝓾𝓷𝓭𝓪 decided to go and help them. He came and disguised himself as a normal Brahman, and then he advertised his drink. He bought one jug of drink that he advertised. You drink this, it's a very good drink. You will be shameless after you drink this drink. You will misbehave yourself. You will talk nonsense. This is very good drink. Then you go around advertising, come and drink this drink, this is very good. When you drink this, you'll forget about being shameful. You can run naked around town also. You can quarrel among your friends. This is a good drink, come and buy. So he was advertising like that. He said, come and drink. After drinking this, come and buy this drink. After drinking, you might just sleep on the street. You will collapse and sleep on the street. So come and drink. Then the king was very curious now. What is happening? What is this drink? Then the king investigated and found out that actually it's not a good drink. This is actually liquor. Then the king realized that this Brahman is trying to help him, advising him not to do that. Don't drink. See, but he put it in a different form only lah. He says, drink this and you can be shameless lah. Drink this, you can quarrel with your friends lah. Drink this, you can just run naked around town lah. Drink this, you can be singing around, you know. You can be talking nonsense and all that lah. Come and drink. So the king realized that this man is very good and rewarded him. Wants to reward 𝓿𝓚𝓲𝓸𝓷. Then 𝓿𝓚𝓲𝓷𝓷 transformed himself and appeared as 𝓿𝓚𝓲𝓷𝓷 lah, king of devas lah, king of the heaven lah, and says that I don't need all this kind of thing you give me lah. He has more up there. He says, but anyway, learn that lesson lah. So the king was very happy lah. So the king destroyed all those liquor there. So there's no drinking in that village. So maybe that was one of the reasons why the Buddha says we don't drink lah. So that this may be one of the reasons why we observe the 5 precepts lah. 𝓤𝓷𝓲𝓪𝓂 𝓷𝓭𝓪𝓂 𝓐𝑚ānī sikkhapadang samadhiyāmi. So that is one of the reasons lah. There are many other stories pertaining to this liquor thing lah. Okay, but that is during the festive lah. We finished, and then I told them last week. I was discussing last week. I said that I will continue with the auspicious day part 2 today. And what constitutes to an auspicious day? Is it drinking, enjoying ourselves, or something else lah? So in this sutta called the 𝓿𝓚𝓷𝓬𝓷 Sutta, I think, right? 𝓿𝓚𝓷𝓬𝓷 Sutta, 𝓿𝓚𝓷𝓬𝓷 Sutta, an auspicious day. Here the Buddha says, I want to quote to you all, I needed my computer here. There the Buddha says, what is the meaning of this auspicious day? What is the auspicious day all about? We are all very curious lah. Is it getting mabuk or enjoying ourselves, you know, wearing the best clothes and all those things? The Buddha says, you shouldn't chase after the past or place expectations on the future. What is past is left behind. The future as yet unreached. Whatever quality is present, you clearly see right there, not taken in, unshaken. And how to develop the heart, ardent doing, what should be done today, for who knows, tomorrow is death. There is no bargaining with mortality and his mighty horde. Whosoever lives thus ardently, relentlessly, both day and night, has truly had an auspicious day. So you live in the present, the Buddha says, and that is the auspicious day. I wanted to share this on the screen, but we did not get it hooked up properly yet, so I can't share this on the screen. Okay, so basically what the Buddha meant here is live in the present. Yes, if you can live in the present, then again we say, what is living in the present? Right? Forget the past. Don't talk about the future. Not possible, isn't it? In our society today, we cannot say don't worry about the past, but it's impossible, right? How can we learn from the past, the mistakes we made, we improve today? Correct? And we improve today, we plan for tomorrow. Correct? We must have this yesterday and today and tomorrow. We cannot say only think of today lah. So maybe there's a misconception. We say only live for today lah. You know, I don't think the Buddha meant it that way lah. Correct? It says an auspicious day is to live in the present. Live in the present does not mean forget the past. Don't worry about the past, brother. Just present. Correct? Present means enjoy yourself, no? Then there's no tomorrow. Why worry about tomorrow? So that is contradicting what the Buddha said lah. Correct? So we don't think the Buddha said that. The Buddha says, yes, you live in the present. But what does that mean? So the Buddha says, living what is the danger of living in the past? Correct? How not to live in the past? It's because, let me get my thoughts in order because, okay, how you want to avoid living in the past, or why is it dangerous to live in the past? Living in the past is like living in your past glory. There are some people who like to talk about their past, they achieved so much in the past. In short, in my language, I always use some Malay language lah, because I speak to a lot of Peranakan people in Malacca. They borak kaki lah, correct or not? So there are people, the borak kaki, who lives in the past, always saying, oh, last time I can do this, or no problem. This one I can do, last time I do this, last time I do this. Correct not? You know, so that is the danger of living in the past. Well, last time I was young and handsome also last time. Correct not? You know, oh, last time, anytime I can do this, or oh, my body was tougher than this, or you know, your body not so big, mine was bigger. You know, so all living in the past, boasting on their body. Sometimes, correct not? Sometimes also people will boast on their, they think they're smart. Oh, last time I can do this, last time I can do this. Macam-macam lah. People will boast on their body, boast on their perception also. Oh, last time I see like that, I know the person is good. I see like that, I know the person is bad. You know, everybody wants to boast about their past. So this past, the Buddha says, is what you let go. Correct? Living in the present does not mean you must forget the past. No, we learn the lessons from the past. It is unavoidable. Correct? We must learn lessons from the past. But don't bore too much about your past. It is over. You are no more handsome now. You are old now. Your face is wrinkled. Accept. That is living in the present. Correct? We must accept that this is the past. Correct? And then also don't dream too much about the future. Oh, next time, don't worry, I can do this. Next time, I can do this. Oh, next time, you don't worry, I can do this. You know. So also the Buddha says, don't focus too much on your next time, and last time. Correct? Focus on what you're doing today. Right? Don't tell us last time you are very clever, you can do your maths like that. Don't tell me next time maybe you can become an engineer. Don't tell me work hard today. It's an exam year, practice, study hard, pass your exam. Don't imagine, oh, I can pass my exam. Don't worry, next time I pass, I become engineer, I become doctor, I become lawyer. Live in the present. Practice and study for your exam. That is the message of living in the present. Correct? Yes, on the secular, in the secular format, that people don't talk about religion, you know, they adopt this type of statements from the Buddha, you know. Sometimes these psychologists will adopt this sort of statement, you know, don't live in the past. They use this as therapy. Therapy to help people who are stressed. People who are very stressed out, maybe this statement is good for them. But only for them during therapy. But it is not meant for us as a big statement. Don't live in the past, don't live in the future, live in the present. Only cannot. You must also think. Only thing, don't focus too much on the past. Don't focus too much in the present. Learn whatever we can learn from the past. Plan whatever we can plan for the future. So that is an auspicious day. Living in the present, the Buddha says. So in short, again, so what the Buddha says was to live in the present is not to bora about your past and not to bora about your future. Continue to do what you are doing today. If you are driving, focus on your driving. Correct? If you are driving and you plan for something else, you will cause an accident on the road. Correct? So that is living in the present. So you focus on your activities. Example, driving activities are very important for you. Driving activities will be very important. See what else I have written for you all. So that is what the Buddha meant. So in short, what the Buddha has said is, is to realize impermanence. Living in the present is to realize impermanence. That the life that we have is impermanent. That the body that we have is impermanent. The 5 aggregates, we are made out of the 5 aggregates are impermanent. The 5 khandhas, the panchu padana khandha, the clinging aggregates, these are impermanent. The aggregates we talk about, I think you all know, isn't it? That to realize impermanence is to reflect on the aggregates in ourselves. That's what the Buddha says. We are made up of this body. And I told you this body last time was handsome, very young, can do this, can do that. It's over. It is not permanent. Correct? And I cannot plan too much for the future. do now, exercise now, in future, I will continue to maintain this body. Correct? If you want to be fit, you practice, that's all. So that is the meaning. Correct? So we are made out of this body. And the Buddha says we are made out of consciousness also. Consciousness, we have got 5 aggregates in us. So if you can realize that we are just this body and our consciousness, and also our perception. Correct? We are also made out of perception. Don't think that perception is you, you know. That this perception is not you. Just one of the 5 aggregates in you. This body is not you. The Buddha says, if this body is you, you can control the body. Tell the body don't fall sick. Why the body don't fall sick? Tomorrow I got important engagement, the body don't fall sick. How come? You know? So tell the body don't fall sick tomorrow. Tomorrow I got important engagement, but we cannot. Right? And the body has to age, the body will age. So you are not the body, the Buddha says. So it is just an aggregate. And then the consciousness in you, you have a consciousness there, the mind, which is also not you. Right? And then you have got your feeling also. The feeling is not you also, the Buddha says. You've got your body, your mind, your feeling, and your perception. And your perception, again, is not you. You like to perceive things, it's not you, but it is just a perception in you. Right? So you can remove these 5 aggregates of body, consciousness, perception, feeling, and mind formation. The last one is the mind formation. If you can identify this individually, this is not permanent. Correct? If you can realize impermanence, and that is an auspicious day. Not the day when you get drunk, the day where we enjoy ourselves. Maybe it's festive, but an auspicious day, the Buddha defines here as that. And then it is about little bit about mindfulness. Normally my Sunday talks are very short. We'll continue later. Okay, so what happens now is also we have to be very careful. Sometimes, you know, I did tell you that yes, people use this kind of live in the present for therapy, because people get very stressed up with their work, and then they get anxiety, you know, and they get panic attacks and all that. So these kind of statements are good for therapy only, but not what the Buddha meant. The Buddha meant very much more than that. Example, when we talk about mindfulness also, right? Mindfulness, again, in the secular format, mindfulness is about what? They employ, all this company will employ speakers to come and then go and motivate the people, correct? Motivate them for what? For them to work harder, sell their life to the company, correct? So that they become more productive. That's also mindfulness, correct? When the cat wants to catch a mice, that's also mindfulness. The cat must be very mindful also, right? The cat must keep quiet at one corner and wait for the mice to come and then catch them. That is also mindfulness. Right? So this is called secular mindfulness. So this kind of mindfulness is not what the Buddha taught. If they want to rob a bank, they also must be mindful. Right? You must also plan. You cannot just simply say, oh, let's go and rob a bank. Come, let's go. They also must be very mindful. They plan and plan and plan. So these are called secular mindfulness. Mindfulness where people use, sometimes you notice that people will send a lot of experts to come and motivate you to work harder. You sell your life to the company, and that is one way, but that's not what the Buddha taught. Right? And then when you become, first they teach you that mindfulness, and you sell your life to the company, and then you become stressed. Right? Then you get very stressed with work. Worry about, tomorrow I got meeting tomorrow. I didn't prepare my report. You worry about all this stuff. Then you are stressed up, you get anxiety attack, panic attacks. Another form of. Then they use again secular Buddhism, and Buddha taught you just now. Live for the day, live in the present. They teach you live in the present. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about yesterday. Live in the present. It becomes a therapy for them. So the orang putih use this as a therapy. But is this what the Buddha taught? No. The Buddha's mindfulness is called Samma Sati. Samma means right mindfulness. That mindfulness for us to cultivate ourselves for us to do more wholesome activities. For us to become more wholesome, right? Not for you to become more productive. Our mindfulness is for us to give up greed, to practice to let go greed, to practice to let go hatred, to practice to let go delusion. And that is our mindfulness. That's called Samma Sati. That's why our mindfulness, we must say, it's right mindfulness. Unfortunately or fortunately, today people are using this very big talk about mindfulness now. But they are not using it in the Buddhist or in the Buddha's way of understanding mindfulness. So also live in the present. Live in the present. In short, before I end, the Buddha is saying that we must realize impermanence. That is living in the present. Realize that whatever comes today, whatever you're experiencing today, whatever you're enjoying today will come to an end. No matter whatever you're suffering today, whatever delusion you're having today will come to an end. Nothing is permanent in this life. So that is what the Buddha says by an auspicious day. I think for this Sunday discussion, I have covered quite a bit, isn't it? I will, okay, we can continue later, but for the live transmission, I think I have said enough for today. Thank you so much for your time again. Because I limit myself to only 25 minutes for Sundays. So thank you so much for your time, and let us have the dedication. Oh, never mind, I will do by heart. Okay, so to end this service, let us all recite together that we have spent almost an hour, almost an hour to chant and to perform to do the Sunday Pūjā. And I'm sure during such time, our mind stayed focused. And when our mind is focused, we have a abundance of merits. And these merits, again, we'll dedicate to all our protective devas. We hope that they will rejoice in these merits and they will eventually attain the perfect bliss of Nibbana. We'll also take this opportunity also to dedicate these merits to our loved ones who have passed away, wherever they may be. We hope that these merits will reach them. If they're reborn on the celestial planes, may they too rejoice in these merits, and may they eventually attain the perfect bliss of Nibbana. And may they also shower the choicest blessings and protection unto all of us here. However, in the event that if they need these merits to help them in their spiritual well-being, may these merits reach them and help them in their spiritual well-being. And our aspiration as Buddhists always, may we be blessed with company of the good and the wise always. May we not follow the ways of the foolish. May we be blessed with good friends and good relatives and good teachers who can guide us along the path of the Dhamma until we reach the final liberation called Nibbana. Ettavata chammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva sabbe satta sabbe bhuta anumodantu sappa sampati siddhya akasatta chabummatta deva naga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva cirang rakhantu loka sasanang idang me nyati nang otu sukita hontu nyatayo idang me nyati nang otu sukita hontu nyatayo idang me nyati nang otu sukita hontu nyatayo imina punya kammena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yava nibbana patya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So we'll see you next week again on our regular Facebook again. We are not going to any centers next week, but we will keep you posted when we go to other centers. Thank you very much. Sadhu.